Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a nice cooling cup of tea, the good old-fashioned cup. Sorry, I can't say that without a straight face. Some people do say that a cup of tea will cool you down. I don't know whether it's an urban myth or something to do with perspiration. Either way, it's a beverage. So welcome back to Prison Architect and Prison Architect Escapes. This is Prisoner Gonzalez, prisoner number 129808000, and this is the recently completed female transfer facility. The idea is that we have a facility that can bring in any category of inmate, truth be told, so ranging from low, medium, high, and supermax inmates, and then, well, it's all about transferring down. However, this is the escapes where we go through and just for a bit of fun and also to test out the security, we will try and escape from it. Now, this is obviously a bit more varied in that we can have any category of inmate come into the facility ranging from low to supermax, and based on that, they'll be placed in a different part of the facility because it's all graded, you understand. Now, we have been positioned as a medium risk inmate, which means we're at the very right of the facility. You can go a little bit further, to the left of the facility. You can go a little bit further left if you were low risk or protective custody. The latter you can't be brought in by default. As in fact, I don't think there's any way to be protective custody as an escapee. And then, well, yeah, it means that actually a bit of a security flaw. The high-risk inmates, the ones that are known for violent outbursts and being volatile and breaking out, are actually closer to the front door, which is a bit of a problem because, well, we shall see. If I was to go up to a higher category, we could end up over there. But we're going to try and escape, and the first one will be via tunneling because, of course, it will be. Now, in this area here, we have only, I think, one way of getting in some sort of... Oh, also, I've missed out some metal detectors there. Ah, right. This is a... Yeah, I never noticed that. There is missing metal detectors. So I did state that when we come in, the idea of this part of the series is to find security flaws, and normally normally I wouldn't have missed things like a metal detector because I would have thought it would have been cloned, but of course it wasn't cloned because we didn't clone this part over to here. So I've completely missed the metal detectors, which means that we can get more tools. In fact, I can go over to the canteen, which is accessible by anybody, and pick up, well, oh, sorry, I could have picked up a knife, which I did, but I can pick up a fork and an orange. Orange won't help. Let me get rid of that. But I pick up a fork and I can pick up a spoon, and both of those are escape. They're digging implements. You can see the metal detectors here for the nursery because that was cloned, but this one wasn't. Oh, okay. Escape is not just... It's not just... is that my cell there? It can't be that one there, surely. Oh, it really is. Okay, escape is... That's stash contraband. We want to start tunnel. Escape is going to be relatively easy because, as I said, we've been... Well, I've been given a cell that is the closest to the edges you can possibly get, and we have ready access to digging implements. Now, obviously, we could be detected because, you know, doggos and all of that, but if I'm honest, the chances are low. We could be detected when we jump out every time we come from the tunnel, but yeah, this is going to be, I think, an easy one. Okay, that's thrown up a lot more solutions actually for the security sort of level of it. It's work/lockup, and apparently we're just here. We have a love letter. Oh, thank you. There we go. I don't know why that was locked. Interesting. Yeah, so we can go to the laundry. That was the normal location. That was the place I was going to go to get myself a digging implement, because you can pick up the... Hang on. There we go. You can pick up the overstarched shirt. There's a rope that comes from the laundry, and that is classed as a digging implement. Yeah, I don't like the game. And that's what it is. However, with this one, As you've seen, we are just using metal forks and spoons and cutlery, etc. to get out. So this, unless this tunnel's detected or we are detected as we're jumping out the tunnel, which we probably will need maybe another implement, this should be an easy escape. The other way was to level myself up to higher grades and then try and run out the front door. I actually think a run out from the front door is still possible as well. But we will do probably another attempt on this. And, well, there's the end of that. So, Squad Gonzalez, no victims, score 10, 9 hours and 22 minutes. Most of that me just going, what? Staring at the game. Okay, let's load that back in and see if it flings any more curveballs or makes it a bit more difficult. We shall see. Okay, so loading back in, this is prisoner Sweetheart, prisoner number 1298085. We're going to skip the bringing in, and yes, we've been positioned in an area that is a little bit more difficult. Now, naturally, there is also, as you can see, no metal detector here because I haven't went back and fixed that, but I'm not going to exploit that. This could be another digging job. I could just from here tunnel across and then up, and it wouldn't be much different. However, I don't think that would be of great interest to anyone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to farm some traits, and I'm going to try and run out the front door because, well, I think that might be a way to go. So we want strong, tough, and quick is probably the minimum that we should have. So what you do is you have to farm some points, and the way we do that is generally, there's many different ways, but I find that breaking things is generally the way to go. We could do a taser teleport, so if you're in the corner you get tasered and run out. I don't know if that would work, but let me just go with strong there, because they have a better chance of breaking things. Actually, I wonder if you can just go in the nursery and start breaking cots. Now you can, and they are empty, I should point out. There is no occupants of them, so you know we can rest easy on that one. And just smash through here, and there we go. We'll skip punishment once again. We'll go for tough, and then probably go for quick. Like very quick, should I say? Oh, sorry, didn't mean to injure that person. Okay. So we'll go for quick, and then we'll see if we can just run out. I have a feeling that there's going to be too much taser and too much dog to sort of deal with that. That's actually interesting. We've managed to pick all of those up, and then because of how it was, nobody was there to stop us. So immediately we are misbehaving here, and that cat dog was not interested. So Sweetheart is running out, and we should be chased. This person is tasing us. I'm going to run straight past. I'm not interested in stopping. So we've went through the... Oh, here we go. This is the cat dogs that will stop us. These are the ones that'll... Yep. That'll stop us. Oh, wait. Oh. So close. Oh, even more interesting. Okay, so a couple of things have happened there. Firstly, I managed to physically run from the medium risk area past high risk and past Supermax. It was only because of the canine units, the cat dogs, that really wanted to stop us in the Supermax area around here, and then they did do that. However, we were then healed by, I think it was a worker. That meant we could then keep running, which we did, and we got to about here, and then we were tased. If that taser hadn't worked, we probably could have just got out to there. But because of our misbehaviour, we have been put into a higher category facility. We are now in high risk, because, well, that's what it does. So we'll go skip punishments, and we've been placed here. So now, is that going to be easy to escape from? Well, I could probably do some tunneling. How am I going to do that? Well, there is a couple of ways I can do it. So you can pick up an item like this, which is for tunneling. The problem is that this is metal, and it will trigger the metal detector when I run through. However, when you are detected, you can stash things, and then you can say, "Well, what? Am I being detained? Am I being detained? What for? I've got nothing on me. It must be them faulty metal detectors, because I've got nothing on me." And sure enough, it is. I've got nothing on my person, so I can run down, and I can pick up a spoon, and I can come down and pick up the knife, and we can go back through, and we're gonna do the same thing. It is a bit risky, because if at any point we are searched with things on us, we will be put into holding. But we've got nothing on us. There's nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing on us at all. Nothing at all. There you go. So then we can come back out. And this time, I'm going to make it easier on myself. I'm going to go over to laundry. And we'll head in. And then we will pick up the rope. The rope of which is obviously easier to tunnel with. There we go. And easy to sneak into things with. So I want to pick up that contraband. Don't brandish it in front of them. And then I'll wait in here. And then wait for the CCTV to go down. And we dig through. Because we've been positioned here. Now, even if we couldn't do this, I would argue that this is an easier place to escape from anywhere. Maybe not from the first. Maybe not from the first place we escaped from, actually, because it had no metal detectors. But we've seen that we've sort of circumnavigated that issue anyway. It hasn't. It's sort of a non-issue. You've seen how easy it was to sneak contraband through in the escape mode. Very easy to sneak contraband through. However, even if we... And obviously we've been positioned at the very top left as well, so we can just dig straight up. Even if we were positioned down here, digging across and up is very, very possible. However, even if those weren't the case, we're closer to the front door. So the two major problems that I can see with this facility is A, I forgot to put metal detectors in the low and medium risk areas. I will go ahead and fix that. And secondly, and this is not something I can fix, it's just part of the design, there is basically the higher category of inmate you get to, the closer you are to the front door, which means fewer staff to go past and fewer doors. Now, again, I could remedy that by adding in some more doors, and we haven't actually got a door. Even though we've got a perimeter wall around the outside of the facility, we haven't got one on the very front of it. So we haven't got that. Like, if we get out the front door, we can. It's just a few blocks and we're out. There's no big wall around it, and there's no road gate. But I could add that in. Okay. Well, that's been a little bit of Prison Architect Escapes. Prisoner Sweetheart here has got out. Total score is 46. 9 hours and 22 minutes. Was that exactly the same time? Either way, we've got out with relative ease via tunneling. I expected tunneling to be the main way to get out of this facility, truth be told, because we've seen that in the past in the build series. So, yeah, it is what it is. Okay, well, I've had a lot of fun with it. Hopefully this has been, if nothing else, a bit of a curiosity, but it genuinely has yielded some information and useful intel on where the weak spots are. A few of them I can fix, some of them I can't. Not that it's a huge issue, but it's just nice to know. Either way, like I said, that's been a bit of Prison Architect. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have tips, comments, suggestions for different builds, different ways to escape, any of those you would like to see or hear from, then by all means let me know. And as always, we'll go from there. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. And generic partings.